I'm Kat and today I'm going to do an eyeshadow palette ranking. So I do watch quite a few beauty YouTubers that actually do like palette rankings as well. Some of them I've seen do like over the year or like every month or just however many, like a certain number. And I thought I would start doing them too, as I do try out quite a few palettes, like not a huge amount, but I've got enough that I could do some rankings. I don't know how often these will be, but I'm thinking I'm going to rank like my last 10 palettes and we'll do it like that, because I didn't want to do like too few, but then I didn't want to do too many and I've like tried them out so long ago I've like forgotten about them, which some of these I have tried out quite a while ago, so I did actually have to go back and like watch some of my videos that I've done just to refresh my kind of like thoughts on the palette and like kind of what I said about it, because some of them I guess I haven't dipped into again yet, others I have used more times. So bear with me on this, as this is my first kind of palette ranking, so if you've got any suggestions for like how I can improve these, let me know. But I'm going to include like the swatches and I'll put up like the looks that I've done with them, and I'll obviously put like the number and like the name of the palette on the screen for you. So hopefully that's all good and you can let me know if there's anything else you want to know. So I have got my notes here of like my order and like some thoughts. So yeah, so I guess we'll get started. So for my ranking I have kind of thought about, I guess, the packaging, the quality, like the colour story and like the kind of theme of the palette, and I've kind of ranked them like that. Let's go with the first one. Let me just move over slightly so I've got space to show the palette on the screen. Oh, and sorry if you can hear my fan, it is still quite warm in my room, so like I'm hoping it's not too noisy, but I do need to have it on. So starting it off at number 10, we have got the Revolution Beauty, the Eternal Icon palette. So here's what this one looks like. So it is quite a neutral palette with some greens. So I'll pop up some swatches so you can see all the shades. But I have put this at number 10 as it's just not as good as everything else I've tried. So they are a drugstore brand and I think the quality is that of a drugstore brand. Like the quality has improved from like their older palettes, which I'm really pleased about. So like it's definitely a lot better than it used to be. But I think unless they bring a palette out that I really like the look of, like packaging wise, colour story, I'm probably not likely to buy from them like again at the moment, because I'm not really a fan of this kind of plastic packaging like this. I would rather like a cardboard one with some artwork on. I don't know, I almost feel like packaging like this feels a bit cheap. Another thing with this, we have got 2 cream shades over here, which I'm not keen on that. Like I don't really go for creams. I'm just not keen on like cream eyeshadows like that. I mean, you could maybe use them as primers, which I believe I did do in my look, but I'd rather just use an actual eye primer, because I don't think these are advertised as that. Like they're literally just cream eyeshadows. And I did see in my video that I mentioned this shadow here is like a creamy, like flaky shimmer. I mean, should I swatch some? Yeah, it's like creamy flaky and I just don't really like those sorts of textures, and this didn't look good on my eyes. Like it really kind of showed up all like the creases and all that sort of stuff. So it does look pretty, and like the quality of that's really nice actually. Like it's kind of like a sheeny shimmer, like not super glittery. So it does look quite nice, like swatched on my hand anyway. On the eyelids it did not. So yeah, this one is at the bottom and I imagine I will probably declutter this at some point, because I just don't think I'm going to reach for it. I've got other neutral palettes that I like much better, like my Cosmic Beauty Neutrals one, like that's really good, and I think I've got some others, so I'm probably just not going to reach for this one. So yeah, I may end up decluttering this next time. I've actually just zoomed in a bit more. I think I was like a bit far out, like the palette looked quite far away. Anyway, at number 9 we have got the Oden collab with Angelica, the Trick or Treat palette. So that's this one. So this was one of the kind of like Halloween releases, and I've put this one here because I just wasn't that keen on it. Like my mum actually gave me this one as I just wasn't really interested in buying it. So the packaging, like the artwork on the front, like it's really good. Like all their other palettes, like the artwork is amazing, but this one's just not really like my thing. I'm not really keen on it. I think maybe the colours as well, I'm just not like keen on that. And then the colour story inside very much matches with the outside packaging. So again, I just don't really, I don't know, I'm not really keen on this colour story of this one. But I think the quality of the shadows themselves were fine in this one. I don't think they were as good as some of the other palettes I've tried though, if I remember correctly. I don't think they were as good. There's some really nice shades in here though, if I swatch some. Like we've got this, we've got this Trick or Treat here, I think was really nice. I think I quite like this Crypt Keeper, and I think I actually mentioned that one. So let's give those a swatch. Yeah, so here's the shades here. So you've got this gorgeous like shimmery kind of red gold in it. Oh, it's got pink shimmer in it too, and then this beautiful green one, and that's that kind of matte dark like reddish brown. So they're quite pretty. So like there's individual shades in it that are quite nice, but like the overall palette itself I'm just not like as interested in. As soon as I've just swatched them, I probably will keep this palette for now, but I imagine at some point in the future this is probably going to be one that I declutter as well. Yeah, I just don't think I was that keen on like the Halloween release, because they did have the other one as well, which I don't know, I tried that one out way before, so that's not included in this ranking. I did not want to go too far back in the ranking. Yeah, so that's this one. Next up I've got two palettes, and I'm not entirely sure which way round to put them. So this is going to be 8 and 7. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning maybe towards this one being number 8. So this is actually the Colourpop Twilight palette and the New Moon palette. So yeah, like I feel like they're both kind of on the same level. So yeah, I think they're just going to be like 7 and 8. Although, I don't know, I think I will put this one at 8. We'll put this one at 8. Probably for the colour story. So this is the Colourpop Twilight collab, the New Moon. So I love the theme of this. I really like the Twilight series. You got some, I mean it's quite simple packaging. You just got like the silhouette of the trees and the moon, but it's quite pretty. I do quite like it. And then here's the inside. So this is more on the neutral side. Obviously you have got some kind of yellows and reds, but it is a fairly kind of warm neutral palette. So I did do a couple of looks with this. I think one of them I wasn't as keen on, but that was I think just like the kind of style that I'd done for it, rather than like the actual quality of the shadows. I will say that I think it's these two, Adrenaline and Wolfpack. Yeah. So them two shadows here are actually kind of that gritty shimmer formula, which I don't really like that. It's those two there. They are very pretty though. I do really like that one. You know what? I seem to really like kind of like red pinky shimmers, and I mean this one's kind of a reddy gold shimmer, but like it's very pretty. I do really like that colour. So they do look pretty. I just really don't like the texture of those. And then quality wise, I think the quality is good. Like they are a more affordable brand, but I do think the quality is like really good for that. So I do really quite like Colourpop palettes. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for that one. So that's New Moon at number 8. And then at number 7 we'll put the Twilight palette. So again, you've just got the kind of silhouette of the trees, which I actually kind of don't like this palette as much. It's got these kind of like hollow bits like speckled over, and I'm not that keen on that. I think I would rather it not be that. So it is just the trees on this one. And then here's the inside. So I do think I like this colour story more than the other one, just because that is quite neutral, that New Moon one, and I do prefer my colours. Like if I'm going for a quick look just to go out quickly or something like that, I'll probably chuck on just a quick neutral eye. But like if I actually have time and to do my makeup and like, you know, I don't need to do anything quick or whatever, then I will go for colour. So this one's got like greens and blues in, which are really nice. So yeah, I do quite like this colour story more. And I really love like the looks that I created with this. I've done this kind of like neutral and blue look, which was really nice. Like I actually I think done that same look like twice. Like, I've done it on another day as well, just to go out somewhere, because I really liked it. So yeah, I was really happy with that. Yeah, so I really quite like this. So the one thing I will say though is, again, like the other palette, we've got a couple of shimmers that ain't great, which are, I think, the Edward and the Immortal one. And these are them kind of like creamy like shimmers, which I don't like those either. Yeah, they just don't feel nice. That's those two there. So we've got like a silver and like a blue one, which again, they look pretty like on my hand, but they're just like creamy ones, which I just don't like. Like, I just want powder shimmers, you know. And I don't think I actually use those two shades in my looks, so I don't know what they would look like on the lid. I haven't tried them on my lid. Like, I'm not really interested in using them. Like, I don't know, that silver one does look nice because it's got some like colourful flecks in it, but I don't know. Like, I should probably try it out someday, but I don't know, putting it on my lid, I can't imagine it's going to feel nice because it's a bit like a creamy texture, and I just don't like creamy eyeshadows. Yes, so again, Colourpop I already mentioned with the previous palette, like the quality, I'm really happy with it, and I think I was able to blend these really nicely if I remember correctly, like just really nice. And I'm hoping they continue with this series because I think they've only done these two. Like, we want Eclipse and Breaking Dawn as well, so hopefully they come out with those. And then at number 6 we've got the Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. So you may wonder why this one is kind of low, as I do really love the packaging and the theme of this, and it's more just the ones that are above it are just better, you know. It's not that this is a bad palette, just the other ones are better. But yeah, I love the packaging for this. Like, I'm so glad I got this, and this was the first time I tried Nomad Cosmetics, so like I'm really happy that I tried them, and I would definitely get stuff from them again. So yeah, it's not that it's a bad palette or anything. So here is the inside. So as you can see, very colourful. So one reason this is a bit lower is because this is such a shimmer heavy palette. You've got 2 rows, what is that? 12 shimmers in this palette, and I'm just not really a fan of that. Like, I would prefer more mattes over shimmers, and yeah, that's just my preference. So I'm sure someone who loves shimmers will probably like this more than me. Also, I think this palette is quite large. I was just counting the shades, there's 18 shades in here, but I think it's that it's kind of like, it's spread out, and like maybe their pans are a bit bigger, because there are, I think, like 20 shade palettes that are kind of smaller than this, I feel like, but I think it's maybe like the spacing. But I do like, I don't know, I'd maybe cut out one row, like just, I do prefer a bit of a smaller palette. These are very pretty though. I will swatch a couple, in fact I'll swatch a couple now. So I believe this one was like multi-chrome, this Snow White shade. Oh, they're so soft, like smooth. So it's very light. You might not be able to even see that. It's so pretty. It's like a peach, it's like got a green shift there, and like the white, oh, it's just so pretty. Like the shimmers are so nice. What's this one? Sleeping Beauty. I think I actually used this one in a look. Oh yeah, it's like a purple blue. Oh, it's gorgeous. I really like the looks I created with these as well. I done like a princessy neutral look, which I think I just used the mattes. I might have used the shimmer, I'm not sure. And then I done like a villain one, which was like a dark, like a purple. I used the purple and like the blacks, so it was really nice. So I do really like the looks that I created with this. The other thing I will mention is, like, I do kind of like that they've done like the neutral mattes here, like seeing as they've gone for all the colourful shimmers. I do like that these are neutrals, I guess, seeing as there's not as many. This shade here, the lightest one, is a bit pointless for me. Like, it's kind of the same skin tone as me, it just doesn't do anything for me, so I feel like that should just not be there. But yeah, I guess I would have liked some like colourful mattes as well, like swap some of these shimmers for colourful mattes. But they had a theme in mind and the colour story for this, so this is what they wanted. I do really like, you know, it's kind of fairy tale themed, and you've got like the stories like in the kind of columns. So what's this one? You've got like Snow White here, Cinderella, Belle, Sleeping Beauty, Snow Queen, and then Little Mermaid. So I do really like this one. I think the quality is really good. It's just, yeah, other ones were better. And then at number 5, we've got another Oden's Eye one, and this is their Lawns palette. So this one's just got beautiful packaging. So I love the colours on this one. You've got kind of the blue, purple, bit of pink in there. Gorgeous. And then here's the inside. So I will say this one actually really surprised me, because I did want to get this one. My mum actually gave me this one. This was on my list to get at some point, but I don't know, looking at the colour story, it's not super like, I don't know, grabbing me, I guess. Like, oh wow, I really like that. It's like, yeah, I would like to get that at some point, you know. But after like testing it out and doing the video on it, I actually really like some of the shades. So like, I'm really pleased that I got this. I've done this gorgeous look using the kind of this teal shade and like these purples. I think this one, it was so pretty, like one of my favourite looks that I've ever done. Like, I love that. Let me just swatch some of them. So here's the ones that I've swatched. So you've got the teal shade, which I love teal. But yeah, then this like purple, blue, I don't know, it's like a, I think it's like a duochrome. Oh, it's just so pretty. And you got this one here as well, which is kind of like a, is that like a goldy, a peachy? It's a bit similar to, actually no it's not, no it's not. So that's really pretty as well. Yeah, so I'm actually really like surprised by this one. And then I think I've done a bit of like a neutral look for the other one, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm actually really quite happy with this one, and the quality is really good in this one. Like, I think the quality in this one is actually better than that Trick or Treat one that I tried. So yeah, I'm really happy with this one. One thing I will point out is this one is actually really shimmer heavy. So you do actually only have 4 like just purely matte shades. I think some of these shimmers are a bit kind of like matte style shimmers, you know, but there's actually only 4 proper mattes. So that is a bit of a, I don't know, lower point for me, you know, with all the shimmers. But yeah, I do actually really quite like this one. I do feel like maybe I would have to pull in mattes from another palette though, if I wanted to try and create more looks with this, just because of the, you know, limit on the mattes. But yeah, quality, like, I'm really quite pleased with this one. And I don't know how recent this one is. Obviously they've brought out newer palettes now, their Alza collection, which I would love to try one of them. So I'll look at doing that in the future, hopefully. And I can see, that'll be like the latest palette, so I can see what their quality is like, if it's any different. And then at number 4, we're getting into like my kind of favourite palettes now. So this is Blend Bunny Cosmetics Beauty Below. And I love the packaging for this and like the theme of this one. So you've got like these dark like sirens, like mermaid theme. I love this. Like, I had to buy this one when it came out. It was just gorgeous. So one thing I will point out with this straight away is I do feel like this is a bit big for what I like. Just a little bit. I mean, this is probably the biggest I would like a palette, but this has got 24 shades and I think I would like less than that. Like, it's a lot of shades. And here we've got the inside, so it does look beautiful. So it's very colourful but like deep, you know, for the kind of like the darker like mermaid. But this one's really nice in the way it's kind of like set out in quads. So like if you need help with thinking up looks, that's really quite handy. Which I do need to try out some of these quads, like see how they look. I haven't done that yet. That would be one thing I'd do at some point. So the 2 looks that I've done with this, I actually tried to do like the kind of siren, I don't know, like the sexy siren like eye look with this. So I've done like a neutral look, which I think that came out really well. And the other look I'd done was like this blue like mermaid look, which I think was really pretty. I love how that turned out. So I am really happy with like the quality of these. This is the second Blend Bunny palette I've tried and like I'm still really happy. In fact, is this better than that other one? The other one I've got is the Sugar and Grunge one. And I'm just thinking like, I haven't obviously tried them like next to each other, you know, sort of thing. Like, I don't know, I feel like maybe this one is slightly better quality, because I did actually use the Sugar and Grunge palette the other week to do a look. But yeah, I think the quality of this is amazing. It was a bit more expensive palette. I think this is actually a magnetic palette as well, so that brings up the price. But the quality is amazing. Like, they're so blendable and like buildable, and like the shimmers are beautiful. Like, the shimmers in here are so intense. So let me swatch a couple. I'm gonna swatch this one here. Ooh, it's pretty. And this one, let's swatch this one. And I've got to swatch this one. Yes. Okay, so here's some swatches. So we've got some lighter ones here. You got the kind of gold, like red, peachy shade. It's beautiful. I do really like that kind of shimmer. And then you've got this kind of, it's like a purpley, like pinky shade here, this shimmer one. Beautiful. And then you've got this intense, like teal turquoisey shade. Like, I think I used that in my look, which that's just so intense. And then this is just one of the mattes. So it's one of the dark purple mattes. But just, I'm getting shadow everywhere, but they're just beautiful. Like, the quality is just amazing. Yeah, so I do really like this one, and I can't wait to see more like this kind of packaging, like the artwork. I love it. So definitely waiting for some more from Blame Bunny. And then at number 3 we've got Singe Beauty with Galactic Visitor. So that's this one. So straight up we've got the packaging, which this is one reason it's not as high up as well. I'm not like a massive fan of this packaging. I like the space theme, you know, the galaxy, like you got the planets, but I'm not keen on the cowboy theme really. That's just not for me. But I do think the artwork looks good. Just the theme is not completely me. But I know the owner, like, she's really into that, so good for her. So I love the size of this palette. How many shadows have we got in this? I'm not sure, I'll have to see in a minute, but I love the size. This, I think, is a great size for an eyeshadow palette. Like, it's not too big, not too small, like it's just like perfect. I love this kind of size. So, and then we've got the inside, so let me count them for a, so this is 16 shadows, which I think is really good for a palette actually. So I do really like the size of this. See, I think when you do palettes too big, you then obviously you got more shades in, and I feel like it just limits you with creating like multiple palettes, you know, because like then you end up with multiple palettes that I've got like similar shades in. So like by doing a smaller, more curated like color story, like I feel like that gives you more like options in the future for like when you're creating other palettes. Like, that's my thoughts on it anyway. Yes, so the color story for this, I really quite like it. Like, at first glance it's a bit like, ooh, what can I do there sort of thing, but I don't know, I do really quite like it, and like after using it I do like it even more, you know. So I really love the 2 looks that I've done with this palette when I was testing it out. So I've done this gorgeous like peachy, like neutrally kind of look. I think I'd done that purely matte, and that was so gorgeous. I loved that look. And then the other one I'd done, I think I used kind of like the blues down here, like the bluey greens, and that came out really pretty as well. And then in regards to the quality, I just think this is amazing. Like, for a first release, like a new brand, first product, the quality of this is amazing. Like, the mattes are so soft and the shimmers are just really pretty. Like, I love this. Let me swatch a few. Okay, so I've swatched a couple of the shimmers. So I do believe a couple of these are more kind of like toppers, like shimmers. So I think this might be one of them. But this is kind of like a silvery, a blue. It's really pretty. And then this is just the blue one, which, like, they're so sparkly. Like, I don't know, it's not super like intense, you know, bright, but it's just really sparkly. And then I love this shade, like this peachy shade, like apricot. Is so pretty. And then you've got like the yellow. But yeah, I just think this is such a lovely palette, and I don't know, the quality is just amazing. Like, I can't wait to get her other one that she just brought out. So yeah, I do really like this one. And at number 2 we've got a very new palette, and this is the Glamlight The Lord of the Rings. I love this one, and the only reason this isn't at number 1 is because there is one palette that I just think is better. But I do think this is amazing, like really good. So this is the first time that I've tried out Glamlight, and I think they're fantastic. So I will say this palette is a bit larger than I would like, but if I show you the inside, you can see why that is. It's because you've got like these gaps in the shadows, like between the shades, because this is only a 20. This is a 20 shade palette, so it's not like massive in shades, but you just got all these like big gaps. But yeah, here's the inside. So I think this is really nice. Like, I do really like the shadows in this, and I do think they actually fit quite well with, I guess, the movie. So like, I love the theme of this. I love Lord of the Rings, and like I love the shadows in here. Like, there's some really pretty ones. I love the looks that I created with this. I done a green look, like using most of the greens actually, and that was so pretty. Like, I love how that was quite dramatic. I would say it was quite a dramatic green look. Like, I did darken that quite a bit. And what was the other look? Oh, I done more of a light kind of like purple ethereal look. Yeah, because I used some of these. So I swatched some of them here. So we've got that gorgeous like purple shimmer. Like, it's kind of like got blue shimmer in it too. Oh, it's just so pretty. Like, I really like that. And you've got this dark green one, which I didn't actually use in my look, but I think that is so like really deep. And then you've got a couple of the mattes here. So you've got this like kind of like reddish brown one, and like this mustard, which, you know what, they'd actually work well together, I think. So I would say like the shimmers aren't like super intense, like bright, but they are very pretty. Like, they're just normal shimmers. I think there are a couple maybe kind of like duochrome shades. I can't remember if that's mentioned anything where. I don't think it's said on their website, but like I think there might possibly be a couple. Like, this Galadriel shade is really pretty as well. But yeah, the mattes, like, I think they blended out so nicely and buildable as well. Like, I really had fun like using this palette, and like the quality of it was so good. Yeah, so I definitely want to try more from Glamlight. The only thing with them being American, I mean, it's the same with any of these American brands that I tried. It's like shipping is sometimes expensive, or if the shipping's not that expensive, like either the palette's expensive or like there's the kind of customs fees. Because I don't think Glamlight is actually too expensive. I think, was this palette around £20 or like, I can't remember. It was like around there somewhere. So I think this is one of the kind of more maybe affordable like indie brands compared to, I think, like Blend Bunny and that Nomad Cosmetics. They're more of like on the higher price, like, I don't know, coming around like 40-ish or something. So I think this was around like closer to 20. So yeah, I'm really happy with the quality of this though. Like, I love this, and like I just love the theme of this. Like, I don't know whether the quality was good inside, this was probably going to be up near the top anyway, just because of the theme. But like, I'm happy that the quality is really good in this as well. And like, I hope more brands like do some like Lord of the Rings collabs. Like, I would love to see more like stuff. Like, we see other things like multiple times. Like, obviously there's loads of Disney. What else have we seen? I don't know, like some of the cartoons, like there's been like loads of multiple collabs of like the same one, and it's like, we've got this one now, like really, it's something really good. Like, give us some more of it. Yeah, so that's my number 2. So can you guess what's at number 1? Like, I did try this one out quite a while ago. I shall give you a hint. It's one of my favourite brands. So at number 1 is Cosmic Beauty The Lovers. So let me know if you guessed this, but I love this one. I don't think there's anything I don't really like about this, other than, I mean, it's got 20 shades. I think 20 shades is like my limit really, but oh, I love this. So to start off, we've got the packaging, and this one is, I believe, their first palette that's got like the kind of artwork on it, and I just think it's lovely. So it's designed like a kind of tarot card. So we've got the lovers, and I just think this is gorgeous. And I did see that they're supposed to be doing more like tarot themed palettes, so I'm really looking forward to seeing those. Like, I wonder what they will do next. But this is one of the more kind of, I don't know, affordable-ish like indie brands. I think this was about £28, which for the quality and it being an indie brand, I think that is amazing. So here we've got the inside, and I just think this is so pretty. I love this one. And again with this one, she set it out into kind of like quads, or I think it was like quints or something, like sixes as well. So like if you were struggling to think of an eye look, you've got some help there, which I love that. And I actually want to try and create looks like using all of it, doing that as well. And I created this gorgeous look with this one. I kind of used I think most of the shades over here, but it was like this green and blue eye look, and I love that so much. One of my most favourite eye looks I've ever created. What was I saying? I think I was saying it was making me think of like frogs and ponds, you know, I guess with the water and like the was it like the lily pads or like frogs and that. Yes, so like I love that look, so I do really love these shades here. So I've just swatched a few of them. So we've got a couple of mattes here. So we've got that lovely teal shade, I love teal, and this kind of like muted green, like it's gorgeous. That one's actually got, it's a matte, but it's got like kind of like shimmer flecks in it. And then we've got a couple of the shimmers here. Like this one is just gorgeous. Like it's pink and like blue, and I don't know, it's that kind of like a goldy peach. Oh, it's so pretty. And then this is just another one that's a bit more of just kind of like greeny, goldy shade. It's so pretty. And yeah, I love the quality of Cosmic Beauty. Like I think their mattes are so soft and blendable, and like their shimmers are just so pretty. And like they're really like soft and just gorgeous. Yeah, so this one had to go up the top. Like I love the colour story of this one. Like if the colour story, I don't know, wasn't as good, I don't think Cosmic Beauty has ever done a bad colour story. But obviously the Lord of the Rings one was second. So like if this one wasn't in here, like if it was a different palette, this one would have been on top, you know. I do really like this. And like the quality of these, I think I do like Cosmic Beauty the best, but the quality of these other ones like is so good. Like Glam Light, Singe Beauty, and I mean like what's this one, Blend Bunny, like they're all so good, like the quality of them. So it is like really hard to like rank them. Anyway, that's my ranking. So let me know your thoughts on these palettes, and if there's anything else you'd like me to include when I'm like ranking these. I try to give you my thoughts a bit on the like each palette, but if you do want to like see like the actual more in-depth like videos on them, they are all on my channel, so you could just like search for them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.